the Hindu editorial analysis for proficiency in English. As usual, let us start with the snippets. The very first one, Alan probe, is he trying to mislead people, says Congress. Here we have one word, probe, mislead, says Congress. This has been going on for some time. It is related to elections and it is like Congress versus Election Commission. And based on that, one simple word, probe. Probe, I'm sure all of you know, investigate. But some people try to find out what is happening in others' lives. Then we say probing nature. That is not a good thing. And mislead, misdirect also you have to recollect. Not leading in the right direction. What is the next one? Says. Says, reporting verb isn't present. Then you have to recollect the rule that goes with statements of indirect speech. If the reporting verb is in present, present perfect or future, tenses don't change to a corresponding past tense. Otherwise, nothing to learn. This has been going on for some time. Cutting off access. Here you have to focus on OFF. Cut off means stop something, stop the supply, you can say. Cut off something. Cutting off access. Access, an important word. It takes a preposition to. Access to information, access to the PM, access to resources, access to power, access to something, money. EU proposes new Russia sanctions. Even this has been going on for some time. Russia-Ukraine war, and based on that, European Union has come up with a new proposal. What is that new proposal? New Russia sanctions. I think we got this yesterday also. In English, certain words have both positive and negative connotations. Sanction the fund, sanction the money, positive, release. But sanctions against a country, negative connotation, restrictions against a country. Coming to the next snippet, Operation Sindoor impact. There's one word, though you guys know, impact of something, effect of something. Pak terror groups shipped base out of POK, Pakistan occupied Kashmir. Who is English faculty at Amirpet? Who is this? Pak terror groups shipped base out of Pakistan occupied Kashmir. Nothing to learn as such. Coming to the next one, political crossroads, an important word. I've given many a time. Crossroads, you all know crossroads, RTC crossroads, some other crossroads. But here crossroads, there's one important idiom. At crossroads, at a crossroads means uncertain, a crucial stage. A typical example, base means whatever they have, the group of people, the equipment, everything. It is like the office, the base, their position. Coming to crossroads, his future is at crossroads, means what? Uncertain. Turmoil, we have got many a time. What are the words you have to recollect? Turmoil means disturbance, political turmoil, turbulence, turmoil, disturbance, tumultuous, all the words you have to recollect. Turmoil, tragedy and tenacity in Nepal, being strong or firm. How protest against misrule escalated. You all know what happened in Nepal, and chaotic situation, many people youngsters got killed, and based on that, because of protests, how protests against misrule escalate to increase. All familiar words. Coming to the last one, you can see cricket players all to play for India meets Australia in ODI series decider. Women's cricket, and you can see Indian players. Looks like there's a decider match. Coming to the main headline from today's Hindu paper. Two Assam Rifles Jawans killed in highway ambush in Manipur. Ambush is an important word. Usually it goes with predators, the big cats. The big cats, what they do, they hide somewhere. They move stealthily. Stealthily means secretly. When they see, when they see the prey, suddenly they jump upon, pounce upon, and catch the prey. Ambush, hide and attack. What does it mean? Sudden attack, but not open. Hide and attack suddenly. Ambush in Manipur. An important word you guys have to. This guy here you can see a pig, doctors taking stock, and here you have fractured leg. Imagine someone's leg has been removed. What is the word you have to recollect? Amputate. His leg has been amputated. They cut the leg. That word you have to recollect. Coming to Supreme Court cites, we have got this word many a time. Cite, what is the word you have to recollect? Quote. And you have to recollect confusing words. CITE, cite, quote. SITE, plot. SIGHT, related to eyesight. Supreme Court cites preamble to reject plea against Mustaq opening Dashra in Mysuru. It has become controversial and someone must have filed a case. What is the word for a person who files a case? Plaintiff. The other one, dependent. And based on the plea, the Supreme Court has rejected a plea against her opening Dashra in Mysuru. And preamble, you all know, the introduction to the Constitution. We use a specific word. What is that word? Preamble. Coming to the snippets this side, what is the first one? India, Canada hold talks after chill over Niger. Chilling has two or three meanings. One meaning, when you are scared, then you can use the word chill. But usually we don't use in that context. Chill, another meaning, very cold. And another meaning, chill means relax. Just chill means what? Just relax. Here it goes with something negative, not positive. Tejashwi hits out at Shah over his poll comments. Hit out, not literally. It means they criticize. Coming to the next one, if government can talk to Pakistan, why not Maoist Revant? If government can talk to Pakistan, why not talk to Maoists? This has been given by Telangana CM Revant Reddy. Coming to the pick, or before that, Oli calls for probe into deadly youth protest killing 73. Usually that's what they demand. You can see a very colorful pic storming the Pamba. You all know Pamba River, Kerala. And Kerala is known for boat races. It is about that. Water warriors. Snake boats skim over the water during the fiercely contested opening event of the Champions Boat League Season 5 on the Pamba River at Kainakari, Kerala on Friday. Kari, I suppose, Kainakari. But here there is one important word. What is that word? Skim. And also fiercely contested the Pamba River. To go with vocab, what is the word skim and why is it important? When it comes to reading style, there are two models, skimming, scanning. When you give a quick glance, that is called skimming. When you spend more time, read meticulously, that is called scanning. Skimming technique, scanning technique, reading related. And coming to contest, fiercely means what? Severely, severe fight, severe competition, fierce competition we say. And before the name of any river, we have to use a definite article, the Pamba River, the Ganges, the Godavari, the Kaveri. Coming to the next one, this is today's editorial is about this. Judge dismisses Trump's $15 billion suit against New York Times. New York Times important publication. I always tell students who are preparing for bank exams to have a look at articles from The Economist magazine, the New York Times, the Wall Street Journal. They're taking the articles from there and giving in the exam as passages. Coming to this one, Pakistan to share nuclear deterrent. We have got this word many a time. Nuclear weapons act as a deterrent. Means what? They prevent someone from doing something. With Saudi under new pact. Saudi Arabia, yesterday I read out the snippet, if you remember. Saudi Arabia and Pakistan, they have entered a particular pact, into a particular pact. What does it say? If someone attacks Pakistan, it is like attacking Saudi Arabia. If someone attacks Saudi Arabia, it is like someone attacking Pakistan. Attack on one is attack on both. That is a slogan they give. That's all from the front page. Let us go to today's editorial. Today's editorial is all about that particular pact. Based on that, how India has to respond, what should be the foreign policy, how alert India has to be. Let's see how it starts. Shifting sands. Why sands here? You may wonder. Because it is related to Saudi Arabia, and that side you have desert region. Based on that, the writer has used sands, shifting sands. It means something like shifting foreign policies. India's West Asia policy must maintain a strategic balance. There is one important word, must. I've told many a time it has two functions. What is the first function? Must is used to express a personal obligation or an obligation imposed by the speaker or the writer. Here by the writer. Maintain a strategic balance. Strategy has two different meanings. Strategic. One meaning strategy. Someone is preparing for competitive exams. We ask the question, what is your strategy? What is the second function of must? To convey the idea something is compulsory. First one, personal obligation. Strategic also means defense. Strategic studies, defense studies, in this context related to defense. How does the editorial start? The signing of a mutual defense agreement between Saudi Arabia and Pakistan, which declares that any aggression shall be considered an aggression against both. This is what I was talking about. They have entered into a pact, and according to the pact, any aggression against one country is equivalent to aggression on both the countries or against both the countries. The signing of a mutual defense agreement between Saudi Arabia and Pakistan, which declares that any aggression shall be considered an aggression against both, is a moment of consequence for both countries as well as for West and South Asia. Something very important, that statement. India had to become alert based on that. And it talks about something like this, talks about some sort of alliance, one thing, but the consequences or ramifications is a moment of consequence for both countries as well as for West and South Asia. Both countries. Both you use as well as or and. Try to respond both. We are supposed to use what? And. Common error, both as well as. What is the standard combination? Both and. But here, if you are hasty, you think that way. For both countries, after both we have the noun. What is the noun? Both countries. Besides both countries, something else. Nothing wrong with this expression here. For both countries, that is one unit, as well as some other countries. Nothing wrong. If countries is not there, then it would have been incorrect. Imagine the sentence for both Pakistan and for both Pakistan as well as some other country, then it is wrong. Pattern is important. Saudi Arabia, the custodian of Islam's two holiest mosques, custodian, guardian, one who takes care of someone or something. Saudi Arabia, the custodian of Islam's two holiest mosques, and Pakistan, the Islamic world's only nuclear power. Today we talk in terms of Islamic world. What does it mean? Those countries where Islam is followed, Islamic countries. If you take Islamic countries, so many countries are there. There is only one country that has nuclear weapons. Which country is that? Pakistan. Saudi Arabia has two holiest mosques, and Pakistan has only nuclear power, have always enjoyed a special relationship. Both the countries have enjoyed a special relationship, it seems. Continuation of that. Pakistan has trained Saudi forces for decades, while the kingdom has provided generous financial assistance, including help for Islamabad's nuclear program. Generous financial support. Someone is generous, we use the word magnanimous. What is the meaning of magnanimous? Generous. Generous financial assistance, including help for Islamabad's nuclear program. With the agreement, this partnership has now been institutionalized. There is a pact based on that. It has been institutionalized. Means it has a lot of credibility. Not simply a statement, but credibility has gone up. Yet, contrasting word, its timing, announced a week after Israel bombed Qatar, underlines the shifting sands in the Persian Gulf security landscape. To understand this, you need a bit of background information. West Asian countries, so many countries, and if you take Israel, ally of the US, but some countries, Islamic countries, they are not with the US, they are with some other group. It talks about that. Yet, its timing, announced a week after Israel bombed Qatar, underlines, highlights the shifting sands in the Persian Gulf security landscape. Shifting sands means a change in the friendship, alliance between countries, among countries. Based on that, the writer says shifting sands. For decades, its monarchies relied on solid security guarantees from the US, but with the US focus shifting away from West Asia, the durability of the old framework has come into question. Traditionally, the US has supported some countries. Now the US has focused on something else more within the country. In the US, what is going on? Based on that, the old framework, the old association is in question. Whether it will continue or not, it is in question. Has come into question, doubt. When Saudi oil installations were attacked by Iranian allies in 2019, the US did nothing. This is again, without background information, not easy to understand this editorial. When Saudi oil installations were attacked by Iranian allies in 2019, the US did nothing. Israel's attack on Qatar, which hosts America's largest base in West Asia, seems to have expedited the realignment. In a nutshell, what is going on in the West Asian region, realignment is going on. Means friends are becoming foes, foes are becoming friends, some sort of realignment in that region. And expedite, what is the meaning of expedite? Expedite means to speed up the realignment. In the Abraham Accords, the US tried to bring the Arab monarchies and Israel closer to build a common front against Iran. This talks about the past, the role played by the US to bring some Arab countries and Israel to face or brought against Iran. 4 Arab countries, including the UAE, signed up, and Saudi Arabia was expected to follow. But the Hamas attack of October 7, 2023, and Israel's Gaza war, which has spilled into other countries, have derailed the process. US tried to do something. US tried to do what? Bring the monarchies onto the same platform, tried to bring the Arab monarchies and Israel closer to build a common front against Iran. They wanted to build a common front against Iran. But something else happened. What happened? And some countries came forward. 4 Arab countries, including the UAE, signed up. And Saudi Arabia was expected to follow. But in between, what happened? Hamas attacked Israel on October 7, 2023. But the Hamas attack of October 7, 2023 and Israel's Gaza war, which has spilled into other countries, have derailed the process. An important word. Derail the process means what? Go off the track. Means did not materialize. Derail the process. With the Pakistan agreement, Saudi Arabia is sending a clear signal to Washington and Tel Aviv that it is diversifying its security alliances. By joining hands with Pakistan, what is the message Saudi Arabia is conveying to Israel, to the US? That it is changing it has shifted its alliance. Now it has joined hands with Pakistan. Some message is there. For Pakistan, which desperately needs Saudi financial assistance, closer defense ties at a time when Gulf monarchies are rattled by Israel's unchecked militarism, are an opportunity to present itself as a security provider. Saudi gets some benefit. What is the benefit for Pakistan? It can get some financial assistance. That is Pakistan's interest. Here it is there. For Pakistan, which desperately needs Saudi financial assistance. Desperate means what? Badly in need of something. If you take some youngsters, they are desperate for a job. We say that. What does it mean? They badly need a job. Going to the next one. For India, what does it mean? How should India respond? Now it talks about, based on this pact, how should India respond or react? For India, which fought with Pakistan in May, the agreement could complicate its maneuvers in West Asia. Maneuvers, doing something in a skillful manner, it may impact, the agreement could complicate its maneuvers in West Asia. As India has taken a pro-Israel tilt, Arab monarchies seem to be hedging their bets, even if that means overlooking India's concerns. Hedge means border, fence. Hedge has two meanings. One, to face something, another meaning. A simple word like fence. When you take a garden, there is a fence. There is another word for that, hedge. And some plants are used to form the fence. They are called hedge plants. Even if that means overlooking India's concerns. Yet, it is not clear whether the agreement offers Pakistan's nuclear umbrella to Saudi Arabia or an immediate Saudi response if Pakistan comes under attack. Fact is not very clear. Two things are not clear. What is the first one? Whether Pakistan is going to offer that nuclear umbrella to Saudi Arabia, not clear. And another thing that is not clear, whether Saudi responds, whether Saudi is going to respond immediately if Pakistan comes under attack. Risks of entrapment come with the agreement. Entrapped means you get entangled in a problem, you get stuck in a problem, that is known as entrapment. In this pact there is a risk. What is that risk? Risks of entrapment come with the agreement. Pakistan could be dragged into West Asia's poly-crisis, or Saudi Arabia could be pulled into the tensions in South and Central Asia. Based on this pact, both the countries have become in a way vulnerable. There is a possibility for Pakistan to get attacked, for Saudi Arabia to get dragged into something. India must prepare for rapid changes in West Asia's security order. It might be tempted to double down on its tilt towards an isolated, dangerous Israel. Tilt means to go inclined, to get inclined. It might be tempted to double down on its tilt towards an isolated, dangerous Israel. Today, Israel is considered a rogue state. A rogue state means what? He is a rogue. Rogue means a person without moral principles. A rogue state, a state that does not follow the rules, regulations, humanitarian things, all these aspects. That would be a mistake. If the point here, if India tilts towards Israel, which has become a rogue state, editorial opines that will be a blunder, that will be a mistake. That would be a mistake. Instead of that, what is the solution? What should India do? India's long-term focus should be on promoting stability in the region and maintaining a strategic balance among all pillars of its West Asia policy. It has to take a holistic approach and it has to look for a balanced approach. It ends on that note. Instead, India's long-term focus should be on should. What is the function of should? Two functions. One, to advise or suggest. The other one, possibility, but chances are less. Should be on promoting stability in the region and maintaining a strategic balance. Main ideas being reiterated. Defense-related balance, strategic balance among all pillars of its West Asia policy. It ends on that note. Not that important, not too many words to learn, hardly 3 or 4 words. This is what happens when you keep reading, slowly the number of new words, the number comes down because same context, same words, they get repeated. You must have noticed today we haven't come across hardly 5 new words, not even 5, 2 or 3. That's all for today. I hope you guys have got enriched. Have a nice day, have a nice weekend. And some students are going to take the exam. I wish them all the best. Do well. Thank you very much.